You're listening to the Wife Wednesday Radio Network. Find, follow, and like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and more. You can hear us across the U.S. and around the world on Apple Podcasts, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify, and more. Now, here are your favorite radio wives.
Hey everybody, it's Wednesday and I'm one of your wives, Sina.
And I'm Nicole.
We're back with a whole new season of the Wife Wednesday show, and you can now find us on every major podcast platform across the country.
That's right, so sit back, relax, and join us for this week's episode here on the Wife Wednesday Radio Network.
All right, we've got Fact of the Week. This week, I am joined by Daddy. It is a Daddy and Nicole special.
It is very special.
It is. But I have some pretty fun ones, and I know you like it when I do Fact of the Week. So, in 1536, the annulment of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn's marriage happened. And then in 1954, the U.S. Supreme Court handed down a unanimous decision in Brown versus Board of Education of Topeka, ruling that racial segregation in public educational facilities was unconstitutional. And then last one is in 2004, the first legal same-sex marriage in the U.S. was performed in Massachusetts.
Is that one for me?
I mean, it was there, and it's just by coincidence that you're recording with me for this day. I mean, purely coincidental.
The first thing that caught me was like, wow, we went from 1536 to 1954. Like nothing happened between those years.
Literally, yes.
That's funny.
Well, hi, how are you?
I am peachy. I'm out here weathering a storm.
It sounds perfect, except for your situation.
Yeah, except for, the leaky roof situation.
Yeah, no big deal about that. Go ahead and tell me about that situation.
Oh my God. So a few weeks ago, and I do mean weeks
ago,
we had some really severe storms roll through the St. Louis area, right? So there was a tornado touchdown about 2 miles away from my house. The winds were so strong. Oh my gosh. It ripped part of the roof off of the detached building and then damaged shingles on the back side of my house. And I found out that night as I heard water running, and I thought something had happened to my refrigerator. And there was I was like, oh my God, this is going to be one of those moments. And then I go to we have an enclosed back porch thing that goes into our basement, and there's just water running down the walls, down past the lights. Like, I swear to you, it's like an overhead water pipe had just burst, and it's just full on water. And I just stood there, and I'm like grabbing all the towels I can in the house. I was like, this is useless. Just had to let it go. So insurance is dragging ass, getting an inspector out here. Yeah. So anytime, State Farm, that you would like to come out here and help me get my roof replaced before we replace the whole house would be great.
Yeah, right?
Oh my God. So yeah, that's where my life's at.
Well, it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. My mother expects nothing except for us to gather and have food, and I mean, we literally just ate and then we sat outside and let the kids douse themselves in water. It was great, including my sister, because she's still a kid, basically. But then the other side of being a mom is from Monday to Thursday, I am not nonstop right now. Monday, I work till 5. I come home. Silas has swim lessons, and then I have to. Josh takes him to swim lessons. I either have an appointment or I come home and I make dinner and clean. Then Tuesdays, Titus has t-ball practice, and it's the same kind of vibe. Josh takes him and I do stuff at home. Then Wednesdays, we have karate. And then Thursdays, we have t-ball practice again. Then Fridays, we have nothing. And then finally, on Saturdays, we have a t-ball game. And then Sundays are usually reserved for Wife Wednesday with my wife and Dungeons and Dragons. And it's just, momming is hard. Okay. Just busy more than hard. And your house, your house is a product of it because you just let everything go to shambles
Yep.
and you worry about it, but like also who's really seeing it? You have no one coming over. So it's just rough, man. Shout out to all the moms that have clean houses and busy schedules because that is not me.
Mm-mm. That wouldn't be me. And clearly I'm not a mother, but but in any case.
And then happy mental health awareness week. I have been going through it this week. So on top of all of that, I've been mentally and emotionally drained because of a situation that's been happening. And I literally just went to bed after I put the kids to bed on Thursday and Friday because of that whole thing. And it's just a lot. And I'm finally feeling better. Like just, I'm alive again, is how I feel. So, still dealing with the situation, but your mental health matters. And I'm trying to find um, some time this week to put in some self care every day, even if it's for like 30 minutes or an hour, whatever. I need it. And usually my self care is writing fanfics. So, and we all know how Cena and I feel about our fanfics. So, that's what it is.
Oh my goodness. God, I need to do self-care. Like over the past like month and a half or so, I've spent a couple of weeks down in the Carolinas, and
Mhm.
it wasn't work related. It's just stepping away to take care of some stuff. And while I was there, like I've been in this weird routine. Like, so when I'm at work, I will go to lunch, I like my lunch break or whatever, and I won't go eat. I'll just take like a bottle of tea or water to the car and I sleep. Like I will knock out for an hour in my car. And my doctor's like, "Oh, maybe it's your anxiety medication, something like that." And I was like, "I don't think so. It doesn't. I don't think that's what it is." And I feel like I'm sleeping fine. So, but when I got down
Mhm.
to the Carolinas, didn't have that even one day, and we weren't doing anything that was wild and crazy. Like I stayed at the
Yeah.
new house down there. Like
Yeah.
that was pretty much the extent of it. And I got to really thinking about it, and I'm like, I think I'm burnt out, and I'm just wore out. Like I'm
Oh, for
exhausted.
sure. Dustin, your work ethic is compared to no one. Like literally, you are the top tier. Everyone strives to be like you in the workplace. But also, we know how stressed you get. So, like, also don't want to be like that.
No. Well, what makes it weird is like, so my job to other people, like what I do, is considered a very high stress job. Like I manage hundreds of millions of dollars a
Yes,
year.
I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah, but like it's a lot. But I just don't get stressed, and maybe that's the medications being like, "Fuck you, stress." But you're gonna feel burnt out like a motherfucker later, but you don't know it
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, but like, I actually got to sleep
You're
while I was down there, and it was great. I didn't sleep in the middle of the day. It was quite
Yeah.
nice.
You also, your job, you enjoy doing what you do. So that helps it not feel or get stressful for you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Now I'm just trying to get into that swing of turning over because I am stepping away from that
Yeah.
to better balance out. Because like I have no work life balance at all.
No.
My PTO, like when I go on time off through the year, it's like it's the holidays. It's like 2 weeks at Thanksgiving, 2 weeks at Christmas. I don't take anything else in between. Like, and
Yeah. Yeah.
the most I'm home through the year, is like every weekend or every other weekend I go home. So I'm home for like
Yeah.
4 to 6 days out of a month. And it's
Yeah.
a lot. So
It
I
is.
decided to even though I love that job, I love what I do, I need to step away. So I'm working on my side businesses, like my side hobbies and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because those are things like, maybe it's just me. Like, I've not realized that for like, literally the past 5, 6, 7 years, I've not had any hobbies. I've not done anything
Mm-mm.
extra. I've not done anything fun, because I think it's because I've wrapped myself so much into my career and like what I was doing, that I got distracted.
Yeah.
So I've not done anything else. And then I started like dabbling in on a side project and stuff, to do before I get down there. And like, I am fully invested in it. Like, I'm having a good old time.
Yeah.
Just doing this stuff. And I was like, wow, I forgot what it was like to have fun not doing work related things for my current
Yeah.
employer.
Literally. I mean, think about it. We lost contact with you. Like, we have way more contact with you now, but like for years
Hmm.
because you were just doing your thing, we were doing our thing, and then you came into the Wife Wednesday thing, and it's kind of been great because we have a relationship with you again.
Right. Yeah, I know it. That's what I was telling Will. I was like, I just noticed over the past like 2, 3 years now, I was like, I have my little core group of friends. I know
Hmm.
lots of
Yeah.
people, but there are only 4 or 5 people that really know me that I talk to. It's like you,
Yeah.
Cena, just a couple of others. So
Yeah.
it's nice because I don't know, maybe it was just, what it's like when one of your friends gets married or whatever, and you're close to them, right? And then all of a sudden they're so invested in their
Yeah.
relationship, right? And they kind of like fall off.
Yes.
I was like, I feel like that
Hmm.
person that fell off.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So
But
I'm trying to be better
you're
about
back,
that.
baby. I
Yeah.
mean, it's been almost a year, right, since we
Hmm.
last saw you. It was when we went to the cemetery, but I don't feel like it's like that because of our relationship and how we keep up. I mean, obviously you do stuff for the podcast, but also we have conversations outside of the podcast,
Right.
or a relationship outside of the podcast. So it's been nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to get out there here soon before I make the move down to the Carolinas next month. Because
Hmm.
this month is a year since Stephen passed. So
Hmm.
I'd like to get back out there and just kind of visit the area for a couple of days. So I might swing out and make a long weekend or something.
I mean, I can tell you when Cena's off weekend is because I obviously am. I plan Cena's life basically.
Who needs an
So,
AI assistant when you have Nicole?
literally, yes. Okay, so she's off the last weekend of May, the 27th. That's in 2 weekends. Not saying that's when you have to come. I'm just letting you know.
No, but that actually is ideal. So I could probably swing that.
That's what I thought. Yeah, literally. I was like, oh, well, that would be perfect. Because I thought I was like, I think it's the last weekend, but I'll check.
Yep.
And it is.
Yep. No,
So,
my current project. So I'm stepping away from there in the first week of June, and like stepping away from my employment there. So that way I kind of like get my shit together before I pack up what we've got left here at the house and move 1,000 some odd miles away. And
yeah.
I'm like taking a month before I try to like get back into the routine of work or anything else down there. So um, yeah, I need to take a few days and either fly or drive out there to see you guys for a couple of days.
Obviously, we would love to have you.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's technically we're off for like a month then. So,
Right. I forgot about that. The season is coming up to an end.
literally, I'm trying to a little ish on the book club coming up at the end of the month. We can talk about that. I saw your your catch up or whatever. I'm still reading it. I stopped for a hot minute because I got busy at work. But I'm gonna try and convince Cena to finish reading it this week so that we can record it next week, and then we're done recording. Like we'll record the dark and the book club next week, and then we can be done with recording for a month plus.
Wow. Those of you that are listening, you have no idea what that month is like. We love recording. We love sending you guys content and stuff.
Yeah,
but
it's definitely
it's just some
so
sanity
relaxing.
time.
Yes. Not having to think about, oh, we have to record, or because Sienna and I really want to work on something different for her nerd questing, and that's going to be a big thing that we're going to be doing on this break, is figuring out how to do, what to do, everything.
Sure.
So
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of folks know like how much goes into podcast production, and then
especially with a distance.
Especially with distance, and then you look at having multiple shows and hosted on multiple platforms. You know, like there's so much that goes into that. Like, I'm not complaining at all. I love it. I think it's a lot of fun doing this stuff. But it's funny because I was telling one of my coworkers about it. He's like, "Oh, you'll have more time to do podcasting stuff." I was like, "Yeah, thank God." I was like, because now I'm like, we all know when the shit hits the fan on a Tuesday night and I'm up at 11 o'clock midnight cramming an episode so I can roll it out the next morning.
Or like when how Nicole gets the episode to Dustin isn't working. And we try it for multiple nights and it's like, what is happening? And then we figure it out and then we get it to you and it's just all kinds of crazy.
Oh, yeah. That's where shit enters the twilight zone. Those are just moments of panic. So when you see those nice little episodes delayed by a few hours or a day, that's me. That's my fault. It's me. I'm the problem, as Taylor Swift would say.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
Oh my gosh. Do you know? So, for whatever reason, her Eras tour, reels and stuff are popping up on my Instagram.
Mine too.
And I'm like,
on my TikTok, but
love Taylor Swift's music and stuff like that. But I've never been to her concert. I've met her, but I've never been to a concert before. And like, I'm watching this and people are talking about how much money they're spending on a ticket. 10+ grand on a ticket.
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus.
I know.
My God.
And I think it's because, I don't know. I think people think that after she drops her next album that she's retiring, because man, she freaking could.
Oh, she could, but I don't think she will, because like I kind of see Taylor Swift in a similar lens that I see another country music artist like Dolly Parton, right? When Dolly Parton came out,
always in it.
Yeah, she's always been in it, and it was super heavy for years and years and years. And then Dolly stepped back a little bit, right? It's not so much, and now she's coming back out again with some more stuff.
Exactly.
I think that's what Taylor is gonna. I could see that route coming out.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't know, man. She's got some bops. I love her music.
She does, because I'm not a big T Swift fan, but when she's got a good song, I will admit it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. I've been connecting with friends.
Like old friends?
No, with current ones, to like where I'm becoming more open and out with them. Okay. Well, one, we saw Emily and Sophia for Emily's birthday. We went axe throwing. It was absolutely great. Literally felt like a Viking woman, like so empowering. Okay, it was so fun. And we went to B-dubs, and I revealed some of my life to them that you know about. And I've also told other people about it lately, and I feel like I've healed from that experience, and I'm at a point that I can tell you about later, but and it feels good. Like I have really felt like I felt like I was holding back before, and now I'm just like, well, you all are now my best friends. You know every single part of my life that's happening.
You're right.
So,
you get the full package now.
Literally, full package. You get all the crazy. So I hope you enjoy it.
Right.
But it's just been nice. I feel like I've been laughing more. That's how I feel, and it just feels good,
Yeah, that's like one of the best things because, like, when I feel it sounds stupid, but like if I feel like I'm getting down or like I'm just I can't focus or like I'm just in a weird mood, I will literally, and you and Cena both know when I'm on TikTok because for whatever reason, the
Yes,
funniest
we
shit
do.
comes on my TikTok algorithm, and I laugh and laugh and laugh. I probably look like some crazy person in my car. Like today, I went to go see my mom. Like I drove 3 hours. She drove 3 hours. We met halfway, and when I was there waiting for her, I'm in this parking lot, and I'm watching these videos, and I'm cracking the hell up. Like just rolling, almost in tears. And there's these people walking by my Jeep looking at me through the window like, okay.
Literally, I love it when I know when you're on TikTok because I'll get like 6 to 9 in like the span of like an hour or two. And I'm like, oh, Dustin's here. If I have things to send them to him now.
Right. There's always that thought that goes in the back of my mind. I'm like, they're going to hate that I send them so much stuff. And then I'm probably sending them stuff they've already seen.
Literally, yes, but also it's funny to watch it again. After you've already like seen it, it's like, oh my gosh, that was so funny. Because you did send me something that I had already seen. I was like, but this is literally one of my favorite
There's just some funny stuff out there. Like the things that people come up with, people are just so incredibly creative and talented. I like a little dark humor, as does I think a lot of people. I don't like cruel humor, and every once in a while something will pop through my feed that is just like, you're trying really, really hard to be funny, but that's just not nice.
Yes. The little girl shooting herself in the face after she had already been crying.
I laughed so hard, swear to God, I about pissed my pants because I was going to send a caption and be like, my life. Literally, straight up, for those of you that have seen it, it's this little kid, toddler, that's got this little dart gun thing. This kid's Nerf dart gun.
Yes.
And she can't be more than 4. And she's crying, just wailing, and then all of a sudden she turns this thing towards herself and is looking at it and presses the trigger and gets her right
shoots herself in the
face. And she just stands there stunned, and that's what makes it funnier. Is that she's like, "What happened?"
Like she didn't just shoot herself in the face,
right? Oh my God. Jesus. But yeah, some of the things that people capture or talk about on there, oh my God. There's this one guy, I can't remember his name to save my life, but he does comedy on the side, I guess, but he's a gay farmer is all I know how to say it.
I love him.
He like goes
out with Fluffy.
He'll like go out and like feed his animals in the morning. He's like, "Good morning," and like,
yes.
Like, why are you being so fucking stupid? Like, he just says some of the funniest things. Oh my God. It's funny because like on my TikTok or Instagram, I either get funny as shit things or I get tarot card reading lives. Or,
yes.
Or I get just like thirst traps. I don't know how else to say that.
Yes.
I'm not saying I don't watch them. Because
listen,
if they're there,
I'm on Daddy TikTok. My phone's gonna hear me, and I'm probably gonna be on it all week. I get put on prison talk for like a week to 2 weeks, and I hate it. And I'm like, can we just stop this? So I have to like hold it and put not interested in every video because I'm like, how do I even get on these TikToks? Even when I don't talk about it, I get on these TikToks, and it's.
I don't even know how mine, like I get the funny ones, but like the thirst traps, I'm like, the only one I think I've ever liked and shared is the one with the dark haired, like tattooed guy or whatever that I've sent you guys.
Oh,
because it's like some of his stuff, like he is pleasant on the eyes. Like,
yes, he is.
He's just nice to look at with or without his shirt on. It doesn't matter.
Yes. I sent you one today. These are the ones that I like too when they share facts. There was like this woman who was from, I don't remember. She had 69 children, birthed them out of her canal. She had 16 pairs of twins, 7 triplets, and 4 quadruplets.
Oh my.
She had to be wrecked, and like it shows like a full family picture of them, but she had to be wrecked. Like
After
how
the first ones, they just walk right out.
literally, how do you bounce back? Like I don't understand. It literally, I was like, what was that? What did I just watch?
That would be like the elastic around your underwear that just once it goes, it's gone.
Yes, that's exactly it. That's
Oh
it.
my god! Oh my god!
Like I don't.
I can't. I just can't. That's. I mean, more power to her for, I don't know, birthing an army or whatever. Can you imagine the kind of income it would take to feed that many kids and raise that many kids? And imagine being somebody like, if you had to be on welfare, right? Think of the benefits you would get a month on that. Whew.
And she never had a pregnancy with just a single child either. It was always multiples.
I won't get into that.
Because if you add it up, I added it up, and it comes out to 69 with the quadruplets, triplets, and twins.
Oh my god!
Literally, mind blown.
How was that not a fact of the week?
Well, I mean, I usually go by dates, okay, but this could obviously be an honorary fact of the week.
The fact of the year. Mind blown. God.
And Sienna and I always talk about our food and our food diaries, and I have been really hungry lately. And it's kind of terrible because it goes back to where I have to keep myself from binge eating, because I could put something here and it be way too much, and I will just eat it while I'm at work, because I'm just doing stuff and eating, and it doesn't register in my brain.
Yeah.
So I have to, like, when I get like this, I have to portion out things and not have like a full bag of chips sitting in front of me, because I'll eat them all unknowingly, and it's obviously terrible. But the food diary we have is nice. She hasn't been keeping up with it, but she's going through it, and obviously she gets a pass right now. But Nicole does not get a pass, and she did not go keep up on it this weekend. So,
well,
but I didn't overeat today.
I have my own issues with food, but like, I'm one of those people, like, I've never been big into like chips or like candy or anything like that. But you know what? Like, my thing is ice cream. Like, if I'm feeling it.
Oh my god, you and Cena, man.
Oh my god, I could literally swear to God eat it every day. No lie. I don't know. I think it's like a mixture of like it just being cold. It doesn't even have to be like. I'm not an ice cream person to where like I want it like filled with candies or swirls of this, that, or it could just be vanilla ice cream. I don't really care. Or a Frosty. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yes.
Now I want ice cream.
See, I grew up and my dad would have a bowl of ice cream every night. So it just was when we were there, we would have ice cream every night. And like now, if there's ice cream in my freezer, it's probably been there for like 7 months, because we don't eat ice cream really. The thing that really hits our house are chips or crackers and things like that. Like candy is not a problem for me to say no to. Soda is not a problem for me to say no to. But chips, those things wreck me.
So I like the only kind of chips I've ever really, really enjoyed are like plain potato chips with chip dip.
Oh, for sure.
Like, that shit's magical. Then I will eat the whole bag. Like, I have no regrets.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That makes me want potato chips now. I'm not hungry.
Sorry about you. I mean, like today I had donuts and bacon for breakfast with coffee, but then I didn't eat until the Mother's Day lunch at 1, and I had so much food that I just haven't eaten since because I'm not hungry. I ate so much that I'm not hungry. And that's where I'm trying to find the happy medium where I eat smaller meals
Right.
instead of one large meal and then nothing else.
Yeah. I didn't eat anything this morning, so I had to leave my house at like 8 to get to
Mm-hmm.
meet mom around 11 o'clock where we were going to meet and get lunch and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And we get there, and it's this place called Brew Burger Bar in
That sounds
Evansville,
great.
Indiana. It is awesome. So it's this gourmet burger place that they took over an old school Greyhound bus
Yeah.
station and like retrofit this thing into a restaurant. And oh my god, the food was so good. I had to cut the burger in half and I ate half of it. And it was
Yeah.
weird because when I got in, I told mom, I was like, oh my god, I'm starving. I've not ate. Like I'm starving. And then we get there
Mm-hmm.
and I eat a half of a burger. And then when I get home,
That's how yeah.
I wasn't even hungry, but I was like, I have to eat something. So I ate like a bowl of cereal, which is my fallback for like regular food. I just eat cereal.
That's how I am too with being on the Wellbutrin. I am like so hungry sometimes, and then I'm like, well, I've eaten 5 bites, I'm full.
Right?
Like I don't need it anymore.
No.
Like I was talking to my friend, when I work from home, I just have these like little lean cuisine meals for my lunch because they're easy to just pop in and warm up everything. And she's like, how can you only eat that? That's not a lot. I would have to eat way more than that. I'm like, honestly, it fills me up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't think your idea of lean cuisine is the same as mine because I guess it just depends on the kind of lean cuisine you get because like I have the pasta ones
Yeah.
and yeah, I had like a beef. Oh, it was a Swedish meatball one, and then like a chicken parm and pasta, meat sauce and pasta. Then I had the Alfredo with chicken and broccoli, regular Alfredo, and it honestly fills me.
Yeah.
And it is a small portion, but like if I don't think about like if I had the option to have more, I probably would eat it. But just giving me that small portion helps so much,
Right.
you know?
That's probably, I think I'm going to probably switch to something like that when I get transitioned into my next full-time
Yeah.
job kind of a thing. Because like
Hmm.
now, so the kind of job that I have now, I stay in hotels at a minimum of
Yeah.
300 days a year. And which to
Yeah.
anybody that thinks that's the life, it's not. It's fun for the first couple
It's
of
not.
years. You get to eat out at any restaurant that you could imagine, right? But I've been everywhere. I say that, but like I've been everywhere. I have been to
You've
some of the
tried it
best,
all.
yeah, like best barbecue places in Kansas City. I've been out to some of the best cafes in Denver, Colorado. I've been like to all of
The
these
pizza places
places.
in Chicago.
Yeah. And like my family, they're
Hmm.
big on, a special night out is going to the Cheesecake Factory. I've had enough Cheesecake Factory food to last me for the rest of my life and then the next one.
Yes.
But I will
Yeah.
go. Like everybody, my family likes Applebee's. They like the typical like just
Chain restaurants.
yeah, the go-to chain restaurants. Whereas
Hmm.
I at this point, because I eat out all the freaking time, like I'm looking for that mom and pop hole in the wall restaurant that nobody's ever heard
Yeah.
of before that kind of looks sketchy
Yeah.
from the outside, but when you get in there, they actually have the best food you ever had in your life. Like that's what I look for on trips now. And I can't, they're harder to find. They're much, much harder to find.
Literally, yeah. You need to look more. You're like in your food truck era now, where it's because I think those are fun, to be honest. So,
Yeah. I thought about it the other day because like before I started the job years ago that I do now, um, one of my favorite things, a couple of my favorite things, I love to bake Like I could,
Yes, you do.
holidays are no
Mhm.
joke. Like if I'm home enough, I will bake everybody and their mother out of their house.
Cookies were your thing, man.
Yeah, buddy.
I
And
remember.
yeah, cookies. And then I was getting into cheesecakes right before I started this job.
Yep.
But I love to bake stuff and like come up with my own things. And then like I love to cook. I love to cook and I love to grill out and I love to like make things. And I
Yeah.
haven't done that in a long time. And when you're in the position like I'm in, and I don't say it to discourage the job because there's a lot of folks that have done the thing that I'm doing. They've done this for like 20 years, right? And so they're used to the eating
Mhm.
out and stuff like that. But like I feel when I go out to restaurants now, there nothing tastes good. Nothing has a flavor at all.
Yeah.
Like
It just all
nothing.
tastes the same.
Yeah. And it's like I miss that. I was thinking about that in context to the book Eat, Pray, Love. And then the movie,
Oh yeah.
when Julia Roberts flies to all these countries and she's trying foods and like learning to appreciate life in a different area and at a different pace, and she's enjoying these foods and these relationships with other people, these connections, and it's like I'm missing all of that.
Literally, you're about to step into your Eat, Pray, Love era.
It's going to be great. I'm going to be a hippie and not cut my
Yeah.
hair for like a week. I can't do
Yeah.
long hair. It's just not for me.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
Also won't become a hippie, but it was fun while it lasted about 11 seconds. So,
Yes.
oh my goodness.
Well, that's about it for me this week.
Yeah, what you got for your hyperfixations?
So I'm still into Morgan Wallen, but I've been listening to his radio. And I just want to share a funny because I was on it earlier and I noticed that there was this like out of place song. I'm like, I don't know if that's actually a country music artist. I still haven't listened to it, but I sent it to Cena. It was by someone called Atlas, and it's called "You're a Fucking Bitch, Hope You Die" or something. And I was like, this is what is on my Morgan Wallen radio?
Right? That's aggressive.
What is happening? And I said to her, I was like, this does not match the vibe. I don't know what's happening, but also my lean cuisine meals have been a hyperfixation. Water. The temperature the weather changed and now I have to have ice water all day. Every beverage that I need to have is going to be water. I mean, I'm still going to be having my coffee, obviously. But like during the cold months, I literally stopped drinking water and it's probably terrible. But now I've become a cactus and will be nonstop drinking.
One thing I haven't until today hadn't drank pop or soda in months. And then we get to the restaurant today and I was going to order a tea and they're like, we don't have sweet tea. And I don't do unsweet tea because that's regretful. So
that is terrible.
I was like, okay, I'll do a Pepsi. And I like took a sip and I was like, my throat's on fire.
Literally, that's how I feel when I drink like Coke.
Right?
I mean, anything other than cream soda and root beer, I'm like, oh, it hurts.
Right.
Even Sprite, I'm like, how do people just drink soda all the time? I just can't imagine it.
I don't know, because like my version of a pop or soda every once in a while is like, for me, a Sprite or a ginger ale, preferably. I love ginger ale. I don't know why. Always have. But
yeah,
just one of those things. Well, my hyperfixations they're kind of everywhere, I feel like. But like, so one of them,
that's the point, Dustin.
I know, but I feel like mine are especially out there. So one of mine, there's a band out of Los Angeles, California. They rebranded in 2022 and they're called the Scarlet Opera. They've got so many great songs, like just total bops for me. I don't know why. I like their sound. I like the vocals. Like it works for them. And they've got 3 songs that I'm just hooked on. And my favorite one is Alive. And then there's one, I've Been Waiting for You. And This Is the Place to Be, I think is the last one. I love all of their music. And then I came across on TikTok last night. I forgot to put it in my hyperfixations. There's a country music trio of all Black girls, and they are called Chapel Heart, I think is the name.
Okay.
They have this song titled You Can Have Him, Jolene. And their favorite era.
I think I've heard it.
Their favorite.
I think I have heard it.
It's
yes.
wild. It's great. Like their favorite genre of country music of the era is like mid to late 90s, early like 2000s, 2010s, whatever. Like just the era of like the rock stars of country music. And man, I will tell you, those 3, their vocals put together are insane. So I've been hooked on learning about more of their music and stuff. Other than that, like obviously with me traveling so much, I either listen to music or I listen to podcasts typically. But after you listen to so many episodes of 48 hours or Dateline, because I love the murder mystery stuff, right?
Yeah.
I needed to find a break away from something, but I needed to listen to something because I listen to music or podcasts more than I talk to anybody. I spend a lot of my time in my car. So I downloaded the Audible, and it's great.
Yes. It's so dangerous.
It is very dangerous. And so for everybody listening, I told the girls that I was looking at downloading the book of the week or book of the month that they had for this month. And I listened to the preview, and it was so smutty. I was like, this is not for me. I was like, maybe I could just, a few seconds, literally seconds into this preview, I was like, okay, maybe I can get through this. I'm just going to listen to the whole thing. And at the end of it, I was like, this is not my book to listen to. So if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. I think it's the abbreviation. And then lastly, it's, just I've been putting kind of like this razor focus on growing my businesses to pick up some contracts and kind of like make money on the side, the side of my day job, especially when I get transitioned down to the Carolinas. We talked about, like, I got out of the swing of doing things that I really enjoyed because I was so focused on my professional career. I just kind of let all my side hustles go. And I feel like for a very long time, and I feel like it sounds weird to say, but I feel like when you stop doing things, whether intentionally or not, when you lose those side hustles or those interests and stuff, it's like you're losing a part of you. And finding yourself again is not something that just happens in the blink of an eye. It's not a switch you can flip on in your brain, right? Like it's like this whole process of relearning about yourself, and you're like, oh, I forgot about this. I forgot I liked this, So it's been kind of an adventure the last few weeks getting to that point, and I'm anxious for the summer to kind of see where I can go, where I can take things, whether the business stuff takes off or not. I can grow that, but I'm just enjoying the time that it's taking, reminding myself of why I got into doing the stuff that I did in the first place. So,
Mm-hmm.
but,
Nice.
yeah, that's all I got.
I forgot one.
Oh my God. You've had your
Long
turn.
Island.
Oh, Long Island iced teas?
Long Island. Yes, baby. I had one at B-Dubs after we hung out with Emily, and it was a top shelf one, and I'm like, I will never go to any shelf lower than top shelf Long Island's ever again.
Right?
It was pure bliss. I'm like, these are dangerous. I could literally, they're like juice.
Yes. It's horribly delicious.
Yeah, it is so delicious. And I was like, well, I need to learn how to make some Long Islands, I think. So Nicole has found her new beverage.
Yeah. Every time I hear or read Long Island, I think to this other podcast called Morbid, And
oh my gosh, yes.
they, the girls are from that area. Who is it? It's Ash and Elena, and they both say, they don't say Long Island. They're like Long Island. There's an emphasis
Island.
on the G.
On the NG of it, Long Island. I'm like, oh, I love it so much.
They have got just a wild podcast. So we always want you to share, this podcast with your friends and listen all the time. But if you're ever looking for something else to add to your podcast repertoire, Morbid is a good one to add. So,
for sure.
But all right, you got anything else you want to cover?
No. Take care of your mental state, everyone.
Yeah, that's important. That is this month. That's what threw me off when you first started. You're like, this week is Mental Health Week, and I was like, it's Mental Health Month. I heard about that today.
Did I say week?
Oh, did you?
I had no idea.
Yes, I knew. I told Tina, I'm like, it's mental health awareness. She's like, yes, I know, I'm mental. Yes, I know, I have it.
I dedicated a month to you. No. No. But in all seriousness, pay attention to your mental health. Check in on your friends. Check in on your family.
Yeah.
If something's not right, talk to somebody. That's
Shauna.
I
literally threatened to call a wellness check-in on her, and she finally answered me. I was like, God. Listen, I will do it. I can't just show up at your house, okay? I literally am 4 hours away from you. So
right. It's funny because we both live. She's kind of like the halfway point. I'm 4 hours from her, and you're 4 hours.
Yes, literally, yes. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's great. I miss her. We'll have to get together here soon or do a show together. All right. Well.
All right.
Until next time. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode.
This week's show was recorded by yours truly in our studio in Ohio.
Our show is edited, mixed, and published by the team at Lead Up Studios, and our executive producer is Dustin,
aka Daddy.
You've been listening to the Wife Wednesday podcast.
Until next time, bye!
You've been listening to the Wife Wednesday Radio Network. Wife Wednesday is produced by Lead Up Studios in St. Louis, Missouri. Sound mastering and final production is handled by me, Dustin. Be sure to find, like, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to share the show with your friends. New episodes from the Wife Wednesday Radio Network drop every Wednesday on all major podcast platforms in the U.S. and abroad. To contact the show directly, please email us at info@wifewednesdaypod.com. Thanks for listening.